moving forward, we would like to discuss a couple of very interesting initiatives by SPJMR to create opportunities for its alumni. One is professional networking events. I believe that you are conducting a set of events where it's all about professional networking. And the second is career readiness initiatives. So,
Yeah.
if you could throw some light on these for all of our participants and can share your are these all about?
Sure. The professional networking side is pretty common. I mean, everybody does it, but I'll be happy to share what we do it and if any ideas come in.
Mhm,
So, we have these annual meets,
mhm,
okay, across different cities. We actually travel.
mhm.
Um, the dean actually comes in, because I know the dean has a very strong connect with the alumni. So, dean and I and some faculty go. So, for example, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Calcutta, Hyderabad,
Mhm.
um, Chennai.
Yeah.
Uh, we also recently in January we just did in Dubai. So I
Mhm.
think those alumni meets do very well. Typical format is we okay. The format is this.
Okay.
I do an icebreaker. I talked about the SPJMR quiz.
Mhm.
It's a great icebreaker. It gets people
Mhm.
shouting and yelling and fighting
Mhm.
over things. So that's fun.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
Then we have the dean talks about what is SPJMR doing right now. So it's all
Okay.
alumni really like to listen to all that.
Mhm.
What are our vision? Where are we going? What are the new achievements?
Mhm.
Um, so one second, yeah, and then I speak as head of alumni. We discuss what are the new initiatives,
Mhm.
what are the plans. So that is it. And then what we do is we do something very interesting. We also do another uh, a talk or a panel
Okay.
discussion.
Okay.
Okay. So because I know when alumni come to alumni meets, they want something tangible.
Mhm.
So I call it the cognitive delight,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
you say ki, wow, kuch naya mila. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
we've had some, and we have some really good faculty. There's one faculty who helped us. He came for many meets, including Singapore and Dubai.
Mhm.
He's actually a thought leader in markets. He's an
Mhm.
ex-banker. He's in fact on the was appointed by RBI recently on part of Yes Bank, and he's often found on CNBC. So
Mhm.
I know alumni reach out and they really enjoy chatting with him. He talks about economy, talks about markets, relevant topic.
Mhm.
There was one time we did a panel discussion on the new manager.
Mhm.
Okay. That is a panel discussion with Ranjan Banerjee, our dean, and another very senior faculty had moderated that. So
Mhm.
that cognitive delight works, and of course, it ends up with a beautiful networking meal, like a dinner or a lunch, depending on that.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, we are a non-alcoholic, so Avahate Vidya Bhavan, we don't offer. So in spite of that, our networking meets do very well. I can say that.
Mhm. Right.
So that is alumni meet. Cognitive delight, a sense of feel good,
Mhm.
and genuinely getting people around, and we make sure that the names are visible, people can recognize and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm planning to do one more thing from this year onwards. We were discussing about it. If we want to show if we want to make our networks visible,
Mhm.
right,
Mhm.
then we must. So I was telling my team that next meet onwards, we will actually share
Mhm.
one day before who all coming.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what happened when you know who all are coming, you can kind of figure out, okay, mujhe isse baat karna hai, I need to talk to this person.
Mhm.
That has helped a lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Right.
second one is the if you can, Priya, just put up the next. Yeah. So we also have alumni councils. What
Mhm.
we've realized is that, see, sitting in Mumbai, we can't
Mhm.
galvanize the entire community,
Right.
right? So we need chapters, or some people call it chapters. We call them councils. It's not a formal body yet. This is
Mhm.
more on a voluntary basis, but we've realized that the councils work very well because they have the finger on the pulse. They are at that location, right? Now I remember chatting with the Chennai council. I said, "How do you engage the alumni?" So we try to do some kind of a TEDx. That
Mhm.
went very well. So they
Mhm.
got local alumni and local thought leaders to come in and like a TEDx format. The
Right.
Singapore alumni community is very strong. They do a lot of festivals together. I
Mhm.
think it's also a function of the fact that alumni outside of India tend to be more. Even the families tend to be together. So I know
Mhm.
Singapore Alumni Council creates some kind of functions around Diwali and Holi.
I see.
and very, very strong. I'm very, very happy to see how our Singapore community works. And of course, the alumni they've really worked hard, and I hats off to them.
Mhm, mhm.
So this council works very well. Okay.
That's great.
And the third part is what I think talked about was the WhatsApp group. So it kind of continues. So let me give you an example. We did the alumni meet in Dubai in January.
Mhm.
While we were there, I showed you the format. Over lunch, I said, can we, create a council? We had some 7 volunteers. We met up, so we had sat separately for lunch, and we said, hey, what can we do? What can we? Did a bit of discussion. Created 2 groups: the Dubai group and the Dubai Council group. Okay, and I can see that they are discussing, saying, hey, I'm looking for somebody in this. Can you help me? The council then says, you know what, let's try and create. In fact, I put up, guys want to try create some event. They say, oh, let's do something. Of course, the lockdown has come in, but that's how it works. So the alumni meet, the networking feeling goes forward in the WhatsApp groups, and the council in that city, like I said, has a finger on the pulse, and it works beautifully there. So that's how we managed it. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. That's like putting all the alumni together and making sure that they are having a great experience, breaking the ice, so that even they are able to connect with each other. And it's not like that people are coming and just connecting with their batchmates. They are connecting with the whole gathering, and even the
Yes.
institution is able to get participation in its own initiatives as well through this kind of ecosystem. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So can we move to the next initiative?
Yes. I think we were talking about the career
Yeah.
readiness initiative. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just lay it out a little bit.
Mhm.
This is something which I had, it's like my baby almost, because I started 5 years back, and I know alumni has a very strong impact on this.
Mhm.
So in terms of career readiness, or if you can make it maybe more micro as a placement preparedness, okay? So it goes in both.
Okay.
We've realized that we need students need alumni intervention on in three buckets, if I can call them, right? First is understand career interest. So for example, students often ask our alumni, and we invite alumni to come over. In fact, I introduce them and I get out of the room. I'm not in the classroom also, because I said, you know what, you guys talk. It's your alumnus, and don't get formal in front of me. Idea is to suppose a person who's specializing in information management. If he wants to be a CIO in next 15, 20 years, what are the career tracks? What are the competencies? What kind of companies, right? A person who's maybe a fresher, marketing students have some freshers sometimes with no work experience. They need to understand the difference between sales and marketing job, or a brand job, or maybe even for an information management person, a prod man or a category management job. So understanding what roles are there, what kind of companies are good for resume building and career progression, what competencies are appreciated, right? And also research. So this is where we invite senior alumni to come in and chat. We also, 2 years back, the students said, ma'am, we also want to talk to junior alumni.
Okay.
So 2 to 3 years, because they can talk more immediate, okay, this is how my day goes, this man will at average day, this is how I, I yell at my boss, or the boss yells at me. So both higher end senior alumni who can give them a career track, and junior alumni who can say, hey, this is how it is right now, and this is what will work for you. So that's the first part, understanding career interest. So alumni come in there. Practicing presenting point of views. Now this is something which I've realized that in terms of what makes a person great from good is their point of views. So POV is point of view. Okay. Do our students demonstrate an ability to have a point of view with a certain managerial presence? It's not about debating. It's not about group discussion. It's about saying, hey, I know better than you. No, it's about saying, hey, I know where. So if the point of view on future of AI, or impact of data privacy laws, or understanding of the last mile delivery and impact on e-commerce, our students have to have a point of view, right? And that point of view happens when you talk. It's not just about reading. It's just it's not about reading and having a point of view. It's about discussing the point of view. So we do something called charchas, and sometimes we call alumni to come and sit and just discuss. We have something called Vartalab, where alumni come and they talk about these topics. So I think that is something which works very well. And the third one is, of course, extremely powerful.
Yeah.
We map students to alumni for CV reviews. So what happens is that they can say, hey, you know what, this is not powerful enough, the competition is not showing here. So that is something which we do well. We do a lot of mock GDs. For mock GDs, we don't get senior alumni to come in. Just 2 years, 1 year into the industry, and they're able to give. Sorry, 1 second. So we are able to give. They're able to give very good inputs on. You know what? Hey, dude, you look a little assertive here, aggressive here. Can mind your body language, or you know, this topic didn't make it. This point didn't make any sense, or hey, why were you quiet? So it's a very friendly mock GD, and I think junior alumni do very well, very well. I'm so happy to see them when they come in.
That's great.
And the third one is mock personal interviews. This we do now. It's going on right now. So we have around 40 very senior alumni and non-alumni also come in, of course. CXO level, there's one person who's a chief content officer in a very big company. There's one person who's general manager, one person who's coming from his ex-PNG, very senior guys, 20, 15 years, who will come and take mock interviews. So imagine 236 mock interviews in 4 days, okay, with alumni and of course non-alumni also. That's a very powerful exercise. So what we do is we through the various interventions of alumni, through understanding the career interests, understanding the point of view, CV reviews and mock GDs, they're able to now test their own narrative on industry person, okay? And it comes with feedback. So I know I'm very mindful about the time, Kapil, so I'll stop here. I think it's given a good idea of what we do with alumni, at least in this case.
Absolutely. Yeah. It has. And no wonder SPJIMR alumni community is one of the most active alumni communities among the B schools of India, because as I understand that your activities are so thoughtful, like making sure that each of the stakeholder of the whole fraternity are able to like it's a cycle that you are creating. Like if the students are gaining something from younger alumni, so they would do the same to their juniors.
Yes.
If the younger alumni are gaining something from their seniors, they would do the same to their juniors. And this inculcation passes on, and eventually you have a very thriving alumni community. That's really amazing.
I think you've picked the nail on the head. You know, I think it's the culture that created the role models which have come in for junior and senior alumni. I think it's just, you're right. It's becoming a very nice circle. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.